In today's video, I'm going to be working on Inktober Day 23 Firefly. I've designed a nice park design that maybe you could stroll with your family and have fun, and everything else. And if you're wondering why you're so quiet today, well, that's because my friend is sleeping in the back, and I didn't want to wake him up, so I'm doing quietly. I don't know, maybe you might like this quieter voice instead of the usual highly energetic voice. Well, let me know. Alright, without further ado, why don't we rewind back to time so we can check out what we did. Alright everyone, welcome back to another day of daily sketching where I'm going to be working on Inktober Day 23. Right now we have Firefly as our topic today. And today I've decided to draw a pavilion design that sort of reminds you of a firefly. Now, with this firefly design we have over here, I have drawn this young lady right here, just to show you how I imagine the person visiting this place would feel like, and act in a way to notice these light bulbs. I wish to speak a little bit louder today, but you know, if you find my energy a little bit too quiet, well, check out my other videos, alright? I am probably a lot more energetic, and maybe somehow you might like this chill voice kind of style, and that's completely fine as well. Maybe I don't always have to be energetic. Now, I guess in terms of the conversational topic we have today, it would be about the pavilion design. And the reason why is because, well, I actually had this pavilion idea quite a while ago, and I never realized that I could actually just use it for an Inktober topic. And the Firefly ideas, well, if you've seen my other videos, you might know that I love fairy lights. It's just a very nice, easy way to make the environment feel cozier, and it feels like magic, honestly. Well, no wonder why we call it fairy lights. So we have here well, not a fairy light, but a fairy light-like light bulbs over here. And I thought that if I could put this in like a random height over here, it would look like a firefly flying around it. And the funny thing about this firefly light bulb design is that, you know how in light bulbs there's coils inside? I've decided that I'm going to make the coil look like a fly. So I hope this kind of shows it right there. Yeah, so people who walk up towards it, they look near the light bulb and then they see a very much coiled firefly-like light bulb design. I thought that would be a very amazing experience for the person. And if possible, which is quite highly unlikely, is that every firefly looks different in every light bulb. So people will probably want to walk around here and there and figure out, well, what other fireflies you can find around here. I'll give her some jeans. The reason why is because, well, it's a little bit in the colder weather these days, and I want my characters to, well, at least wear something nice and warm so they don't freeze to death. Well, she's not wearing anything warm on the top, but maybe she's cold resistant. Anyways, so we got the character down here. She looks excited. I love that. That's amazing. So we have more fireflies. Maybe we have a different firefly design. So we have more fireflies over here. In this side, on the bottom, we have like a iron support, or I guess it would be like an aluminum, or I guess it would be more like an aluminum or something similar along the lines of that. Why don't we go ahead and add in a little bit more of the foreground fireflies over here. Okay, I hope you can sort of see the foreground and the background differences. It's quite hard to show you that, especially with the drawing, but I'll try my best. The bigger the light bulb, well, the closer it is to the foreground. Okay, that's actually not a good thing I did here. They're all lined up together. When you're working on artworks, it's best if you can separate between these levels of height, simply because, well, you don't want to have a pattern like this, because people notice the patterns of 3. And if you see a 3 pattern of these, it just looks like you're supposed to focus on it. I wonder how I can fix that. Maybe I could just add in a couple more small ones here and there. There you go. At least that's 2 kind of reduce the effect that it has. And then we have more people over here. There's hints of people walking around. Alright, there it is. So why don't we go ahead and start working on the grass. Yeah, these grass are gigantic grass. So, you know, fireflies are, well, bugs or insects. Or actually, is there a difference between bugs and insects? I have no idea. Anyways, my point is, they are very tiny. And we, humans, are pretty big compared to these tiny fireflies. So, I sort of wanted to make the humans feel like they're a little bit shrunken down. And that's why I have this huge, I guess, design idea of a grass that is sort of looking like a umbrella in a way. So it's a huge umbrella made out of materials that is strong but looks like a grass. Now you might be wondering, what is this pot of hole you have over here? Well, it's just a dirt patch. Well, it's good to have a nice separation between the actual plant and the floor, because sometimes people like to vandalize certain things, and this is just one measure of avoiding that. So people don't really like to step into dirt these days, so that's the one thing to do. Alright, why don't I go ahead and add in the horizon line, and alright, so why don't we start coloring? I'm trying to keep some strokes alive so it doesn't completely ruin the entire drawing. I want the top part to feel like it just fades away nice and quietly. I don't know if you've ever had the chance of using miniatures or played with Sylvania families. I don't know if any of you guys know that. It's a very big thing in Japan. I really loved playing with miniatures and dioramas when I was younger. I still do, I guess, sort of. I mean, as an architecture student, you do have to make a lot of model makings and stuff. So I guess you just have to live with it. But the point is, having these small tiny dioramas or small tiny world in you, it just feels like you've created a new world. And I guess I have a this makes it sound like I have a god complex or something. Well, I don't. It's just you just feel like God, right? You just have some tiny people in this world that you've created. I think you'd feel the same. I mean, who wouldn't? Yeah, what is this one? Blue Violet 723. I really wish to buy some more other markers in the future. I really enjoyed exploring different art mediums. I mean, I have used digital before, I've used like charcoal, I've used other things. Digital just stuck with me because you get the good things about everything, and you can also have the undo button. Now, I really like using different art mediums, but then the thing that have stuck with me is, well, one, the digital art style, and the other, which is the markers that I'm using right now. But recently, I feel a little bit more adventurous. Maybe I could branch out to other mediums in the future. So yeah, maybe I want to try out something else. So right now I'm coloring the ground blue simply because I know that the entire scene would be a little bit dark. I hope you notice that I have a different brush strokes going on from the skies and the ground. Yeah, this is a very traditional medium kind of thing. Or maybe you could do this in digital too if you're really good at leaving brush strokes. Is that this is a good way to separate between the skies and the ground, or different forms and different shapes. So whenever you look at a ground, you don't see it like a vertical line, you see it a horizontal line. The reason why is because as it goes further back, well, you see the horizontal line get smaller. And our eyes are just really good at picking up those. So I really like expressing those in my art. How do our eyes make it? How do things feel like when you look at things? And I thought that's just one interesting way of making expressive art. The skies are vertical, the plants are flowy, Now, but then the ground is a little bit too blue, like the sky. I want to mix it up with a little bit of gray. So I am going to pick a nice gray color. Okay, this might run out of ink as I draw, but we will survive. I'll just draw in the front side. The reason why is because as things goes further back, well, you'd know that the atmosphere will lighten things out. So I will only color the front side. Now the ink is running out, so I might actually not get to color everything. Oops, no! I have smudged it. Well, it's okay. Mistakes happen in life. Nothing to fret about. Why don't we go ahead and move on to the colorings of these people? I don't know why, but I want to contrast the blue with pink, so I'm gonna use a nice pink color. Could have been red or orange, but I don't have a nice orange color at my disposal right now, so I'm gonna be using this. I guess it's like a turquoise colored jeans. I would totally buy that. That looks cool. So whenever I'm sketching, I hope you notice that I've kept some parts around the bulbs white. Well, that's because I had the plan to do this later down the line. One thing that traditional art has taught me is pre-planning, and you really gotta know what you can do with your medium. So if you don't pre-plan, well, you're gonna deal with a lot of problems that you probably didn't want to deal with. So if you don't pre-plan in traditional artwork, well, you're going to be dealing with a lot of problems down the line, and you don't want to do that. So in like actual architectural drawings that I probably need to do and practice instead of doing Inktober, it's best if you stick with like 3 colors. Or at least that's what my teacher has told me, and I never really followed his rule, and he probably doesn't like me for that. But then I just can't help it. I love using colors. They're really fun. Honestly, I remember back when I was in high school and I was in art class, and oil painting was probably really fun. Or oil painting was one of my favorite classes simply because I get to play around with lots of different colors, and man, when the colors work, I just absolutely love it. So I think I will add a little bit of shading on her hands, kind of casting shadow on her, maybe her bag, something like that. See? It just makes it look like there's more depth into the drawing. Isn't that magical? Just adding 3D colors and shading to it makes the drawing pop. Wow, look at that. It looks like it's actually bright. Alright, okay, oops, I forgot to color this lamp. Maybe I'll actually shade her in just a bit. Just to keep it consistent. Alright guys, that's it for today. This is Inktober, oopsies. That's it for today. This is Inktober day 23. The topic is Fireflies, and I've decided to create this park design I had in my mind, which is this Firefly inspired light bulbs just hanging on the ceiling. And if you remember, within these light bulbs there's actually a coil in a shape of firefly, and each and different light bulbs are different fireflies. I think this would induce people to have a lot of fun looking at different light bulbs and walk around the scenery and finding their best or finding their favorite firefly in the light bulb. Of course, there are smaller ones for the kids as well, so this would be a very nice family stroll. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and a little bit of a chiller feel to it today. So I don't know, maybe you guys like a chill instead of me going with, hey guys, with lots of energy and whatnot. Well, it's because my friend is still sleeping. He should be awake soon because he has to go to school, but it is what it is. Anyways, I'll see you guys in another one. And check out my other videos. Please don't be surprised by how energetic I am. This is the different video, not the, well, whatever. Bye-bye. I'll see you guys around. Hope you guys enjoyed it.